Om Shanti. Good morning, everyone. Today, we're going to read Murli, The Easy Way to Become a Constant Yogi. The date of Murli is 21 January 1972. In today's Murli, Baba has answered some questions that what practice we have to do for becoming constant yogi, how we can do more service through our angelic form, what effort we have to make now. Then Baba has answered some questions like what are the 3 stages of making effort? Why willpower is lacking in souls? Why we are not able to experience introversion and attainment of super-sensuous happiness. So let's read today's Murli. The easy way to become a constant yogi. Just as you switch something on and turn it off in a second, in the same way, are you able to take the support of the body in a second and go beyond the body and remain stable in the stage of being bodiless in a second? You have to practice coming into the body in one moment and going beyond the body in the next moment. This is called the Karmatit stage. You will experience this as though it is in your own hands to adopt whatever type of costume you wish, whenever you wish. When there is a need for it, you adopt the costume, and when there is no need, you become separate from the body. You should have such an experience through the costume of that body. Whilst performing actions, the experience should be such that it is as though you have adopted a costume and are doing your work. Then, as soon as you finish your work, you become detached from the costume. You have to experience detachment of the soul from the body even whilst walking and moving around by developing this practice. So what practice we have to develop? That we have adopted a costume for doing the work, and as soon as we finish our work, we become detached from the costume. Who is able to practice this? Only those who are completely detached from the things of the body and the relations of the body, the physical world, and all the things connected with the body. So who will be able to practice this? Only those who are completely detached from the things of the body and the relations of the body, the physical world, and all the things connected with the body. Only when there isn't the slightest attachment can you be detached. If you do not have lightness in your thoughts, even in a subtle form, if you cannot be detached, you will not be able to experience that detachment. So, the Maharathis now have to practice this. You should have the practice of complete detachment. When you souls stay in this stage, other souls will also have the experience of detachment. When we will stay in this stage of detachment, then other souls will also have the experience of detachment. They will also realize this. Just as at the time of sitting in yoga, Many souls have this experience. They feel the one who is conducting meditation is in a stage of detachment. In the same way, whilst walking and moving around, they will have visions of the angelic stage. Whilst sitting here, all souls who are to come close in your golden aged family will have visions of both your angelic form and your future royal form at the same time. Just as in the beginning, some people had visions of both the perfect form of Brahma and Sri Krishna at the same time. In the same way, others will have visions of your double form. As you develop this stage of detachment number wise, they will also have a double vision of your form. When you fully develop this practice, you will begin to receive news from everywhere. Just as in the beginning, all the souls who were to come close had visions while sitting in their homes, in the same way, they will also have visions now. Whilst you are sitting here, your subtle form will do service in an unlimited way. This is the service that now remains to be done. All of you saw the example of the Sakar form. Everything is to happen number-wise according to the drama. The more you stabilize yourself in the angelic form, the more service your angelic form will do. The more you stabilize yourself in the angelic form, the more service your angelic form will do. How long does it take for the soul to tour around the whole world? So, your subtle form will also now do service. However, only those who are in this stage of detachment and stabilized in their angelic stage will do this. Who can do this? Only those who are in this stage of detachment and stabilized in their angelic stage will do this. You had visions in the beginning. You used to have visions separately of both the perfect stage and the effort-making stage through the angelic form. Just as you used to have separate visions of Sakar Brahma and angelic Brahma, in the same way, people will have visions of the special children. When the upheaval takes place, you will not be able to do anything through the physical body. The influence will also spread through this service. Just as in the beginning, when the influence spread through visions, the visible and the invisible created the influence. So this service has to take place at the end in the same way. Do you yourself have visions of your own perfect form? Now, they have started to call out to the Shaktis. They don't call out as much to God now. The calling out to the Shaktis has now begun with great speed. So you have to practice this every now and then. When you have developed this habit, you will feel a lot of happiness. In 1 second, the soul will become detached from the body and you will develop this practice. This is the effort you have to make now. what effort we have to make now. The soul should become detached from the body in a second. At present, there are 3 stages of making effort. Each of you is moving along, passing through these 3 stages according to your own capacity. What are these 3 stages? One is speaking, the second is churning, and the third is being absorbed. What are the 3 stages? One is speaking, the second is churning, and the third is being absorbed. So these are the 3 stages of making effort. The majority are in the stage of speaking. Because of a lack of churning and being absorbed, willpower is lacking in souls. Why willpower is lacking in souls? Because of a lack of churning and being absorbed. Willpower is lacking in souls. By just speaking about something, the power of extroversion is visible, and this does not create an impact. You do churn, but churning whilst introverted is lacking. You may be churning the points, but by churning each point, you should be able to extract the butter, that is, the essence of power through which power increases. By saying, you may be churning the points, but by churning each point, you should be able to extract the butter, that is, the essence of power through which power increases. You may have planned everything, but there isn't the decoration of all the powers that there should be. No matter how invaluable something may be, if you do not place it in a suitable place, the value of that thing cannot be recognized. In the same way, you may be churning knowledge, but you don't fill yourself with power through each point as much as you should. This is why, although you make a lot of effort, the result is very small. So this is very important point. If we are not filling ourselves with the power through each point, then even though we are making a lot of effort, the result is very small. You have very good zeal and enthusiasm in your mind when planning. But when you see the practical results, there is no longer imperishable zeal and enthusiasm in the mind. You do not have the constant stage of force that you should have. You are still ignorant of the experience of how to fill the self with power through churning each point. You are still ignorant of the experience of how to fill the self with power through churning each point. This is why you are not able to experience introversion and the attainment of supersensuous happiness. And because of this, we are not able to experience introversion and the attainment of supersensuous happiness. As long as you do not have any feeling of all the attainments of supersensuous happiness, anything temporary will definitely attract you towards itself. So at the present time, Through the power of churning, you need to fill the soul with all the powers. So, what we have to do at the present time, through the power of churning, we have to fill the soul with all the powers. Then you will be able to maintain the stage of being absorbed and your obstacles will be removed. A wave of obstacles comes when the force of spirituality is less. A wave of obstacles comes when the force of spirituality is less. So, at present, before doing service through Shivratri, you need to have the force to fill yourself with power. You may be holding programs for yoga, but you now need to give classes whereby you can give souls the experience of power through yoga. On the basis of your practical power, you have to give power to others. Do not just think of plans for external service, but you need to pay full attention in all directions. Those who are instruments should think about the aspects in which their garden of flowers is weak. You have to have a very strict vision on your garden of flowers in every way. You must make special time and finish those weaknesses. Because of the lack of the influence of the powers, you become slack in every aspect whilst walking and moving along. This is why your preparations for destructions are sometimes very forceful and sometimes they become slack. Let's stop here. Let's stay in remembrance for a few minutes. Then we will share our journeys. Om Shakti. Now we can share our journeys.
Om Shanti. Baba has, good morning, Divine Family. Baba has spoken about the three stages at which we are moving along during our Prusharth according to our own capacity. One is speaking, second is churning, and the third is being absorbed, then Magan Avastha. So, in this, we need to check that because Baba is saying majority are in the stage of speaking. And Baba has emphasized on the power of churning and being absorbed, which develops the willpower. Om Shanti.
Wonderful, brother. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, sister.
Om Shanti.
In any philosophy or even in others, the key word always has been detachment. Even for an ordinary life, not a Brahmin life, they believed in detachment. That's why we have pictures of sannyasis leaving their house and leaving their fort and going to alone in a forest, detaching themselves forcefully from all karma, from all the family, and then concentrating. So there was always a knowledge that if you want to experience bliss, if you want to get enlightenment, we have stories of where they really detached themselves away, sat, experienced, and came back. But over here, Baba says for us, detachment is not like that. You should wear it when you want, like a costume, when you want to do a task, and then again remove it. So it's like a theater. I'm using a role, I'm putting on that costume, and then I'm out of the costume. So it's not just throwing away everything, staying inside my family, staying detached like a lotus, and then experiencing it. So that key, the way Baba has explained to us about detachment is unique and it's lovely. He says you should have lightness in thoughts. Why we need it? Because only these two forms, you're detached, which will make you move about like an angelic stage, will people get attracted towards the end? And that is what we need. Like Baba is continuing, even though this is a 1972 Murli, just yesterday, Baba ended up by saying what we have to do in the final stage. He said, go beyond sound, like no SARS. And there are. So I think this detachment is what we should do in Amrit Vela, detach from the body, move in the subtle region and go. This is what I think is the practice I would like to take. Om Shanti.
Very nice, sister. Om Shanti. Anyone else?
Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Baba said when your soul stay in detachment state, other souls will also have the experience of detachment. Many souls who are all seeking yoga also experience state. They feel the one who is conducting meditation is in a state of detachment. The same way, while walking and moving around, they will have visions of angelic form and the future royal form at the same time. This is the point I wanted to serve.
Wonderful, sister.
Just to add a little more thing, sister. Like Baba said, you should have a vision of your perfect form. I was just thinking how. Even Brahma Baba didn't know his perfect form. He made Dadi Gulzar go to the subtle world and go and see his perfect form like that. So when this sentence was going on, I said, Baba, even I have to search for a Dadi Gulzar like you used. Like I would like to know, of course, my perfect form I can visualize through the knowledge you have given through your help. But to really know the true, is it really a vision or is it just a thought? I was just, that churning was going on. But then in the end, Baba says what we should do even for that. Baba says, why are you not able to really experience all that? Why is my garden weak? Because I don't sit like a Mahavir on a vehicle with all my powers. I know knowledge, like as I am explaining to you now, sister, but am I able to really put that point within? Am I able to really experience it in true? Like once Baba said, if I ask you, do you have super sensuous joy? Only a few people raise hands. But are you master, almighty authority? All of you raise hands. So when I have that power, I am not able to use it. Power is lacking. So I should sit on my vehicle, wear the ornaments, and get the power. Om Shanti.
Very nice, sister. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. I like this point that while walking and moving around, we need to develop the practice of experiencing the detachment of the soul from the body. So basically, detachment, and this practice can be done as a homework today. Om Shanti.
Yes, brother. This practice is very much essential if we want to do service through our angelic form.
Yes, I agree. Om Shanti, everyone, divine family. This practicing
Shanti.
while walking, practicing at work, practicing while even speaking, that while you're talking, also, you're having that same thought process and that sakshat feeling of being in a Aulakik stage is an excellent practice. So I really support that, and it really needs effort. But I also feel that when the effort comes in, Baba just helps us. It just happens. I mean, just that thought that I'm going to do this is enough, So Baba just comes and makes it happen. So Om Shanti, everyone. Thank you.
Correct, sisters. Om Shanti.
And the requirement for this is the complete lightness in our thoughts. The lightness in thoughts. So we can have attention to our thoughts. They should be very light. We should not hold on to some thoughts which are very heavy or related to body or the world. Yeah. Om Shanti.
Right. Girija sister has asked one question in the chat box. How do I develop to have visions of perfect form as still in this body and effort making stage? Anyone will like to answer?
Om Shanti. What I am feeling is basically that we can go to the subtle form and stand in front of Bab Dada in our angelic form, whatever present form, subtle form. And then Bab Dada is giving drishti to us, and how Bab Dada is looking at us, that is our perfect form. and how we are looking at ourselves is our current form. So we have to match both to experience our perfect form. Om Shanti.
Future sister, do you got your answer?
Yeah, but I feel it's an exercise. Let me to share with you. When I sit in Amritvela, I experience, all those meditation which they say, you are a body of light, light emerges from your eyes, light emerges to every part of your body through your organs. So I really imagine I'm sitting there like as if I'm all one switch on is on and light is on. And then I go down from here, I go above my house, I go to the subtle world, I see the full Brahma over there, right? But sometimes I just feel sometimes that it's just a visualization, that jor. See, for Brahma Baba, Gulzar Dadi came and told him, you know what? I saw your perfect form. So if somebody comes and tells you, Girija, I saw your form over there, it was there in such and such a place. So when that is told you, I said, oh, if somebody has seen, means it is there. Let me experience. So that's what, a kind of, I think, within me, that power is lacking to make it the way my father Brahma Baba felt. Just that's what I wanted to find. How do I get the jor that this to think, yes, it is there. That's what I wanted to ask. Thank you.
Sister, like Brahma Baba, used Dadi Gulzar as an instrument to go to subtle world. But presently, Brahma Baba is in a subtle form already there in the Sukshma Vatan. So there we can always go there, and he is already there. Only thing is we have to merge ourselves with Brahma Baba. Brahma Baba, Shiva Baba has given us the divine intellect. The more we use that divine intellect, we can easily see our perfect form. The more easily we are able to see our perfect form, the more we are coming close to that perfect form and experiencing that form. You said the key word is experiencing. So that if we can focus on that experience, that how Baba is looking at me, not only me, Baba is always looks at every soul in the perfect form only. At that time, Brahma Baba was not in the subtle world. Brahma Baba was here in the Sakar. Therefore, that was a requirement. Now we have Brahma Baba himself is there in the subtle form, so we can take that help. Om Shanti.
Thank you, brother. I think that's what one should do. That's what, when more than that, I should be very sincere. When I love my Brahma so much, I should know, like he had faith in Gulzar Dadi, I have absolute total faith in him. I think if that, I go with that and I visit the settled regions and I stand in front of him and instead of thinking, yes, my perfect form, okay. But Baba sometimes asks, do you want to see a future form? I said, no, not yet ready, because I know my future form is still being shaped. Yeah, I think one should do only that exercise by taking the anchor of Brahma Baba. Thank you, brother.
Wonderful.
I
Radha,
would just like to say something here, if I may, if time is not running out.
yes,
Uh,
yes, you can.
Yeah, I just wanted to share that why are we actually worried about the form? Because actually we are formless in our true way and we can enter any form. And for me, in my different meditations, I've seen myself manifested in very different forms. Like because Shivratri has just happened, and when I was meditating, I was Sati, I was Parvati, and I was right next to Lord Shiva, and I could see myself there. And then there are different days where I visualize myself differently. And I just see myself only as light or in a different form. And I think at a point, we just reach a stage where there's joy in just changing the form every time. And there's just that knowing that there is that inner light which is kind of constant. And you can just get into any form and just enjoy the beauty of the subtle world and the alokic world. And so I don't know whether others feel the same way, but I just thought I'll share my own journey here. And I just see myself in so many forms and yet being formless as well. Om Shanti.
Yeah, Om Shanti, sister. Yes, Baba has spoken about this double form in the context, in a different context. Basically, the objective of the service through our forms. So once these two forms, they actually they are two different forms. One is the perfect form and the royal form. They are the part of the royal family, which will be the golden aged family. We all, the souls who are having part in Satyuga will be part of the golden aged family. So the other souls will experience that. They also belong to this family. So these two forms Baba has spoken about, whereas we can experience various other forms also. There are 5 forms are already there, and any form where we experience oneness with God is what we should practice. And these two forms specifically represent the golden aged family, like Farishta, so Devta. Once we are fully angelic form, then so Devta means that royal form automatically emerges from that fully angelic form. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Radhamani sister have shared that a wave of obstacles comes when the force of spirituality is less. And Balvinder sister has asked one question. Complete and perfect form is the last stage of becoming karmatit. Am I correct? Is it called Jivan Mukti? 2. What does it mean in real life, please? Can anyone answer?
Karmatit stage Baba has defined as, if in 1 second I can go as a soul, I can go to the soul consciousness stage from body consciousness and then get fully charged and then come back in this world and do the karma. So then in this particular, if I constantly practice this, then I have this force, this power that I do the karma, but I am not affected by karma or even the result of that karma. Om Shanti.
Balvinder sister, did you get your answer?
For me, perfect form is when you're above the form, where it doesn't matter. And that realization and that oneness, where you just with the light and there is no attachment to any form, is the form. Om Shanti.
Correct, sister.
Yes, it
Oh,
is rightly said, sister, because the Baba has given us practice of, being in the point form, which is formless, which is incorporeal, because incorporeal God, oneness with God is basically to be incorporeal, without any form. And the virtues which are there, they are experienced through the form. So therefore, there's both, but the foundation is to be formless. Foundation is to be feeling the point of light, point of energy, as sukshma, as minute as possible. Power lies there, and then it manifests in various type of virtues which we attain, which emerge. The sanskars and all, they emerge. Then they are seen by the outer world through the forms.
Sister, just I would like to share only one because time is running out. I remember when in the initial days of the Gyan, I used to take baby steps. Ramnath Bai used to give us these kind of baby steps. Like if you don't know how to wear your angelic costume, do one thing. Like you travel from your place to another place, just sit in your meditation room and as if you're going to where your beloved Brahma is there. There you'll see many cupboards. In each cupboard, there are all those subtle costume kept. One of the cupboard, your name is also put over there. Just go there, open that, wear that, remove this costume, wear that costume, and come and sit in front of Brahma. It sounded something very this for me, but I tried that first, going over there and all. And then I said, why to keep it over here? Let me take it with me and go, so that when I come up, let me come dressed, prepared, so that I can see, not waste time in searching for my name and opening the cupboard and all. I just want to share the initial things which I really practiced like a baby step. Om Shanti.
Very nice, sister.
Om Shanti, sister. I will say one point. Baba said in so many Murli, in the last scene of drama, your angelic form will do tremendous service. That is Andavak service. This is the last service of us. Day by day, our services through speech, conducting, exhibition, everything will be closed. Only our angelic form will do service. Om.
Correct, sister. Now let's meditate for a few minutes. Let's sit back comfortably. I, the soul, situated in the center of the body. I, the soul, is master of this body. This body is my costume. I, the soul, is withdrawing myself from this body. I, the soul, is completely detached from this body. I, the soul, is completely detached from relations of the body, from the physical world. I, the soul, have lightness in my thoughts. I, the soul, is decorated with all the powers. I am absorbed in Baba's love and knowledge. Visualize yourself in the angelic form. Baba is filling me with all the attainments of super sensuous happiness. Baba is decorating me with all the powers. And I, the soul, is becoming perfect. Om Shanti. Thank you, everyone.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Sakshiban. Thank you, Divine Family. See you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Till that time, have a nice day.
Thank you, sister.
Thank you, Baba.
Thank you, sister. Om.